Hey guys, it's F0-60. Welcome back to another Beyblade X unboxing. Today we're going to be checking out the first of the new releases of November from Takara, that being Wolf Hunt. So first off, we'll look at the packaging. It's your standard CX booster packaging. We've got a very nice image of Wolf Hunt front and center, CX-10, and breakdown of the blade, stamina type. And then on the back of the box, it just goes over the bay itself. So of course we have the Wolf Hunt blade with the Wolf lock chip, the Hunt primary blade, and the free assist blade. Ratchet is F0-60, and we have disc ball for the bit. So let's get into this. So finally got my November stuff in. Well, most of them. Still waiting on Evo Battle, but that only just got released. So yeah. Excited for these new releases. There's a bit. Come on. There's the blade. There we go. And there's the ratchet. So I'll get all the parts later on the table and we'll go over the bay in more detail. Okay, so here is Wolf Hunt out of the packaging. So first off, we'll have a look at the lock chip first. Gotta say, I really like this lock chip design. I actually honestly prefer this over the original Silver Wolf gear chip design. Still, looks pretty cool. But it's your standard lock chip, no metal. Still pretty cool. Next up we have the Hunt primary blade. So obviously the main part that has all the metal. Pretty nice design overall. So you even got some of the silver onto the black, which is pretty cool. Now if I bring in the original Silver Wolf, see, like, I was honestly thinking that the contact points were going to be pretty similar. I will say in some areas they are, but I would say this one's probably a little bit softer in some of the areas. It's a bit more, I guess you could say, a bit more rounded. Still, looks pretty cool. I'm not sure how it's going to do performance-wise, but I'm hoping it should be pretty decent. Next up we have the free assist blade. So this is probably the most exciting part of this combo. So we have a brand new assist blade with a gimmick. So as the name suggests, with it being free, it's free spinning. So it's free spinning similar to the original spinning blade that is on Silver Wolf. So this should really help with equalization opportunities with this assist blade. Now with it being on an assist blade, you can put this on any CX blade you want, and it should hopefully help out with equalization. And then potentially if it's left spinning as well, could have some pretty interesting contacts there too. So very, very nice assist blade. This should hopefully be really, really decent. Next up we have F0-60. So we have a brand new ratchet here. So we first had F0-80, then F0-70, and now we have F0-60. So zero attrition points, but you have these three big ones right here. At now that's 60 height. Now the zero ratchets can be used, but they are very more prone to scraping, mainly because of these big contacts here. So they can be a little bit troublesome to work with, but still nice to get this ratchet at that 60 height now, which is pretty cool. Finally, for the bit, we have disc ball. Not a new part. We first got this originally with Wizard Rod, but now we have it in all white, which looks pretty cool. So with this combination of parts, Wolf Hunt is a stamina type, so the same typing as Silver Wolf. Alright, let's now do some weights for Wolf Hunt. So the disc ball bit, this weighs 3.23 grams. The 0-60 ratchet, this weighs 6.83 grams. Now the free assist blade, this weighs 5.89 grams. And the Wolf lock chip, that weighs 1.69 grams, so that's close to the norm for a lock chip. And now the Wolf Hunt primary blade, this weighs 31.61 grams, so that is a bit on the higher end when it comes to CX primary blades, but not the heaviest. But now let's put the blade together. So we'll put that there, take the lock chip, and lock it. So there's the full blade. So altogether, Wolf Hunt weighs 39.18 grams. So that's not a bad weight for this bay. 39 is on the higher end for bay weights for Beyblade X so far. So that's pretty good. Granted, I'm a bit worried about it being a bit top heavy because of that weight, but we'll find out. So let's try 0-60 and disc ball. So that's the full combo. I mean, color wise, that looks really, really good. So altogether, Wolf Hunt weighs 49.24 grams. Pretty good. So let's give this bay out some tests and some test spins and some test battles. Alright, now let's do some test spins and some test battles with Wolf Hunt. So let's see how it goes. Now with it being on disc ball, should stay relatively in the center. And then just jump around and move around quite a bit. That's staying pretty stable. Now granted, when it's making contact with the blades, that might be a different story, but it's pretty stable. Try it again. But yeah, that's I will say that's pretty good. Oh, there's a little bit of a wobble there. Oh yeah, there we go. That's the advent of being on disc ball and being a bit top heavy. Oh, and now it's back to normal. But let's see how this guy does in some test battles against some other opponents. Okay, now I'm going to try something a little bit different with Wolf Hunt. So I'm going to keep it with the wheel assist blade, but I swapped it to 960 low all. So let's see how it does on a bit more of a lower arm profile stamina combo. Well, that's not a great start. Well, that was violent. That is it for my look at Wolf Hunt. I'll be honest, it's definitely a mixed bag, and not in a great way. So we'll say, the main problem I do have with it is the Hunt primary blade. It's just a bit too heavy. He definitely suffers from the same problem as Perseus Dark does, where he is a bit too top heavy, causing him to be pretty unbalanced, especially when it comes to when it comes to stamina battles. So yeah, that's really the main drawback with the blade. It's just a bit too heavy. If it was maybe like a gram or so lighter, it would actually probably be a really solid stamina blade. Now the free assist blade I think should be pretty decent. Having a free spinning assist blade is definitely going to open up a lot of opportunities for stamina types and potential spin stealing in CX. So definitely happy to see this part here, and definitely should be pretty useful. This full, can't really say too much about it. It's a pretty good stamina type bit, but it is definitely a bit more situational with certain bays, so, but still is a decent stamina type bit. The 0-60 is not too bad, but it does tend to scrape, like 0-70 and 0-80, but now you're at a low height, so you're probably going to be scraping a bit more. But, I mean, it's an okay release, but it's definitely going to be one of those bays where, with it being top heavy, it's not going to help it much, but it can do a decent job. But can I recommend Wolf Hunt? I mean, I can recommend at least picking up one just for the free assist blade, but probably don't go out of your way to try to make this like the most competitive bay out there, at least at the moment. So we'll say Silver Wolf still does a much better job at what Wolf Hunt wants to do, and that is like about 4 grams lighter, so. But yeah, I can recommend it, but probably just not really for competitive, at least at the moment. But for the free assist blade, sure. But that's gonna do it for this review. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more Beyblade X videos in the future. And until then, I'll see you all in the next video.